think one of the key points about the Spartan radar systems integration with the convoy technologies of camera systems is that the speed of response in these sensors is much greater. Also, because they're used in a higher quantity, they're used in off-road and on-road solutions, the cost position is very, very good. But really what it comes down to is speed of response. Most traditional systems have been 24 gigahertz. And while that sounds really fast in monitoring systems, that's not great. The new system, 79 gigahertz, gives them a huge advantage in terms of being able to look at product or zones, and also multiple items in the same zone. The sensors are also designed for mobile off-road and highway solutions, so they're IP69K. The integration of the sensor with the camera system has some real functional capabilities. Every sensor gives you 3 segment zones, so you have left, right, and center, and then there's 5 subdivisions in that, and you can go out as far as 40 meters. You can have dead zones, or you can have zones where you say, hey, I've got a item here, ignore it. So sometimes if you're off the back of a machine, you'll have a boom. You don't want it alarming all the time because it sees a piece of metal, so you can create zones where there's nothing there. You can also have no-go zones, but with the 79 gigahertz, you can get very close. You can now have the active feedback zone where you can automatically bring up a picture. You can see what's happening with that zone. If you're into, let's say, a waste management vehicle and you're backing up, people are walking around and you don't know it, you can pick that up. One of the worst case scenarios is that when somebody's backing up and a vehicle goes by, you alarm on the vehicle, but then you think you're clear and another person starts to walk by. This is where the multi-object capability becomes really big, because now you can really tell what's going on in multiple areas at any given time. We can program those system solutions in seamlessly. We can offer a 2-zone, a 3-zone sensing system. Let's say, for example, they have one machine that only has 2 zones. We can, from our control system, we can pick the configuration structure that you have. So we can say we've got version A, which has 3 sensors. We have version B, which has 2 sensors. You know, how's that integrated in the cameras? Is that going to have a separate camera system, meaning separate monitor, or is that going to be integrated into our monitoring system? And in our monitoring system, we can, show you the zones and everything else. By integrating and putting in a part of the control systems as a whole in the machines, this becomes it becomes seamless. You don't want to have it seem like it's an afterthought to the machine. You want it to make sure that if you're selling this system, it's integrated, it's going to take into account, let's say you want to make auto braking on the brake systems, we can integrate that into it. You want to make sure you have proper alarm systems. You also want to warn the operator ahead of time. With this type of system, because it's the multi-zone to multi-segments, what this allows us to do is give them different degrees of warning in the control system. That's really the key with an integrator, with the systems group like ours, with our ability to make cabs, our ability to do full machine motion control. We integrate all of that in such a way that's safe but not scary for the operator as well, because suddenly if the machine does something, the operator doesn't know why, but being able to segment into that easily.